have an older sister who's a senior here, and she convinced me to look at Notre Dame because I was looking for really good theater schools, or schools with really good art programs, really good academics, and all with like a strong Catholic character. And Notre Dame was definitely the one that had the best. Everyone talks about how when they visit Notre Dame, that's when they fell in love. And how can you not? Like, you walk on campus and you see like the Golden Dome right in front of you, or there's like, Jesus with his arms open, or Touchdown Jesus, or like the Basilica. One of my favorite things about Notre Dame is Moreau Seminary, and the chapel in Moreau Seminary. I don't know if you've been to Lucinarium there on Thursday nights. Like, they have the evening prayer service at the church, and it's just gorgeous. It's all like dark and done in candlelight. And it's really beautiful. So I love Moreau Seminary. I love the random buildings on campus that have like these little nooks and crannies to study in. There's this little like window on the top of Bond Hall that has like the most beautiful view of Bon Quad you've ever seen. So like, I love little places. My first semester freshman year, I don't think I went to anything of Right to Life. Like I think I got on their email list at activities night, so I got all like the emails about like all the meetings and Right to Life week, 4 Days for Life. But I didn't really get involved until the March for Life in January, which was just incredible. And I knew people who'd gone all throughout high school, but I'd never gotten to go. And just going there was so phenomenal to see all those people there who were just, gathered there to support the pro-life cause, and just to be with all those people. Fall break, I did the CSC seminar, the Gospel of Life seminar, and we went to Washington D.C. over fall break and talked with politicians about right to life issues. So abortion, euthanasia, death penalty. We talked about all that, and it was incredible. To get involved with these issues, it's hard to get yourself out of them because they're so compelling. And we just had some phenomenal conversations with people. There was we were on the train going to D.C. It was like a 10-hour train ride there. So my friend and I woke up in the morning, we got breakfast and went down to like the little cafe car. And so we're just chatting up with Mike, the cafe owner, and he asked us why we were going to DC, and so we said, oh, we're part of this class and we're going to DC. It's it's called the Gospel of Life. It's about right to life issues like abortion and euthanasia. And I feel like most people, when you say right to life, they kind of focus on the abortion, which is, abortion is a huge issue. But he latched onto the euthanasia issue, and he was so interested in what we had to say, and he told us the story of his friend who he had this friend whose dad was in a car accident, and when they were bringing him to the hospital, they shocked him back to life. They had to do that 5 times. He kept on, his heartbeat kept falling out. He kept flatlining. So they had to resuscitate him 5 times, and when they got him to the hospital, they finally got him stable, but he was going to be paralyzed for the rest of his life. And I can't remember how much brain functioning he had, but basically he was severely disabled. And so the family decided to euthanize him, and they slowly took him off blood the blood pressure medication. There's the doctor said this is going to if we take him off blood meds, he'll pass away naturally, and that didn't work. So then okay, if we take away food, then he'll be fine. He'll just pass away naturally. And then they finally had to take him off oxygen. And I've never we had spent this whole the past 6 weeks discussing these issues in class in this really philosophical, ethical, moral, rational way. And then we encountered someone who'd really experienced this issue in his own life, and he just instinctively knew what was right. He was that was the strangest, most awful thing I've ever heard. It really hurt my friend. It hurt his family. Even though I'm not, it was my friend's dad, so I'm not super close with him, but I knew him. He was in my life, and he just knew so instinctively that was wrong. And it was really humbling to have gone through this whole experience and sat in our little room in the basement of Getty's discussing these issues, but then actually going out and meeting someone who had had to deal with this issue in a really real way, and not even, it was forced upon him. This situation was forced upon him, and he kind of had to decide what he thought right then instead of getting time to discuss it, and how he had come to the right conclusion. He saw the truth so clearly when, just from that simple encounter, and it was incredible. And that was one of my favorite moments of the trip. Just seeing how many people are so touched by these issues in ways that I personally haven't been, and that was, it kind of put it in a new light. It put it in a very like human light. Like, this happens to people. This is not okay. And it kind of was more of it was definitely a call to action. That story, I can't forget his face. He was just sitting there, like, telling us the story, and we were just, I was floored. Just, I've never seen anyone so, like, horrified, disgusted. I can't even think of the right word, but he was just, you saw in his face, just like some people, you know, who shy away from philosophical conversations, but this is an issue that's like philosophy meets humanity. Like, it's such a human issue. It's about, do babies have a right to be born? Do you know, when you're going to die, how are you going to die? You know, and you know, are people who've committed murders, are they worthy of life? So it's just, you know, those are huge questions. One of the most visible representations of Notre Dame's Catholicism, besides like the million masses and the million like chapels you have on campus, is the fact that there's just the largest student group on campus is its Right to Life. I think Right to Life is something incredibly, incredibly amazing, and I'm very blessed to be a part of it.